Morning all. Few things to get through this morning. Firstly, the video that I made yesterday about failing a credit check back in the UK seems to have hit a nerve with a lot of people. I was reading through the comments and so many of you saying that, you know, you've experienced a similar thing. And it just goes to show how they rule us and make us dependent on what they want rather than what's best for us. Particularly the hard-working working class people who will often need a line of credit for whatever reason. Now, I was thinking about this last night, right? If you can't get some kind of line of credit, that rules you out of being able to buy or rent a home. Now, I've got a family member who rents a property. The two partners that live together have very good jobs. They earn quite decent money. But the trouble they had being able to rent a property because their line of credit wasn't up to scratch. Young couple in their mid-20s, late 20s, which is incredible when you think about it. So if you can't get somewhere to live, you can't get any gas, you can't get any electric, you can't get a mobile phone, is it any wonder that so many people are homeless in the UK? Is it any wonder that our youngsters, our younger generation, are having so many problems? And you can't blame just this government for what's going on. This has been going on for bloody years. And I just find it incredible that we treat our people, we treat our youngsters, and even the older generation. I mean, you know, a lot of the people that are moaning about not being able to get any credit are obviously clearly older people. How are these people living? What do the authorities expect these people to do when they're denied any sort of line of credit whatsoever? And they've got it all sewn up, haven't they, really? Like I said, it's how they rule you. So if you've got, for example, an outstanding debt with a parking fine that you're disputing or whatever, let's say you're disputing a parking fine that you know that you shouldn't be paying or whatever, and you don't pay it, you choose to fight that. That, down the line, means that you won't be able to buy a house. So in other words, they've got you by the balls in every way possible, which I just think is incredible. Right, moving on. Rachel Reeves. Oh dear. Another £690 million of taxpayers' money down the pan as she gives that money to her own government, to Border Force, to help the migrant situation. £690 million, as if we're not throwing enough money down the pan as it is. Well, Rachel, I've got a little tip for you that will save you £690 million. And I'll only charge you 1% for the advice. You can save all that money, you can stop all the problems, you can solve all the issues, and you can solve billions of pounds every year by using one word: no. That's it, no. Now, if I want to drive down a one-way street the wrong way, in the wrong direction, the police will stop me, they'll tell me no, and if I continue to do it, they will arrest me. So why is it that people continually come to the UK and instead of being told no, they're given incentives to come? And then we're supposed to believe that the government wants to stop this all. I mean, this is gaslighting of the highest order, and it's just completely start raving bonkers, isn't it? Now, before I get on to the last topic of this morning, which is Piers Morgan, yeah. At the end of this video, I'm taking you on another ride out. Just have a little look at some of the scenery I saw yesterday. Now, if it's not for you, that's absolutely fine. You can switch off after I've spoken about Piers Morgan, but if you're interested in a nice bit of scenery and a nice ride out, hang on and you'll catch that at the end of the video. So Piers Morgan, now when I was active on X a few months back, I made a big effort to call out Piers Morgan for his lies, his exaggeration, and the things that he was saying about Tommy, which were clearly untrue. Everyone knows that these statements were, at the very least, an exaggeration of the truth, at worst, just a blatant outright lie and bullying whilst the man was in jail and had no right of reply. Now, in my book, that's bullying. Piers had a lot to say about Tommy whilst Tommy was in prison and had no right of reply. Well, I messaged Piers and said, come on Piers, man up, give the man a chance to have his say, to which he agreed. He said when he comes out of jail, he'll give Tommy his chance. Well, here we are, Piers, here we are. And this is a serious question for you, mate, because at the end of the day, I often talk about, you know, we leave a legacy. As men, we leave a legacy, right, for our families and our friends, and our history remembers us. Now, history, this is really your defining moment, Piers, in many ways, because this is surely how history is going to remember you. You've picked upon and dug out Tommy for a very long time now. Whether you do that because you think it's politically correct to do so, or whether you truly believe what you're saying, I don't know, you'd have to let us know. But what I do know is that now is the time that you've walked the walk, now you've got to talk the talk. You've got to give the man the chance. Now here's the thing, Piers, is that I believe that if you and Tommy did a pay-per-view, one-on-one interview, you could raise, I don't know, £1 million for the charity of your choice, or what you know. If you and Tommy can agree on a charity, a good charity for the money to go to, you could do something really good. You could do something really worthwhile, and it's twofold. You could give Tommy the right of reply, which he surely deserves, Piers. Even someone like you who's spent their life pretty much gaslighting the nation, and you've made a fortune out of doing so, and good luck to you. I've got nothing against you making money. That's what men have to do. But it is now time. It's a defining moment for you. How will the British public remember you? Will they remember you as the bloke that eventually manned up and gave another man, who's the bravest man in the country, who's given more than anyone? Will you be remembered as the man that gave him a chance to have his say and have his right of reply? Or will you be remembered as a cowardly bully who had plenty to say for himself, but when he came to it, lost his bowl? And that's the bottom line, Piers. I'm not trying to gaslight or wind you up into giving Tommy an interview. I'm just telling you the truth as it is. In your bubble that you live in, you don't understand the working class support for the man. And how, in all honesty, a lot of people despise you because of the, you know, the way that you've treated him, the lies that you've come out with. Look, it's over to you, Piers. This is how, when your kids Google you in years to come, when your grandchildren Google you in years to come, when you're gone, when we're all gone, how will you be remembered? Will you be remembered as a genuine guy, a genuine journalist, a man of honour, with some integrity, or will you be remembered? Will Google just tell your relatives in the future that actually you was just a gobby coward? And that's the truth. That's the truth. Right, let's go for a ride. So I'm back out, I'm with Stan again. You all right, Stan? He's in the back, he's got a camera, and he's brought me somewhere where I just cannot believe. I've been around a bit and I've seen quite a lot of the world, but I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. Have a little look. So what do you think of that? Absolutely incredible. But here's the best bit, here's the best bit. What we're gonna do is I'm now gonna go flying over there. I've got my wings on. Oh, someone was asking me the other day, I've got the Wally warmer on, and So is Stan, by the way. If you're a biker, you'll probably be looking at this thinking, what are you wearing that for? Well, I'll tell you why I'm wearing it, because I'm new on the road in Spain and I want to stay alive. And someone was asking me about me air vest. This is like an airbag vest, and it's Alpine Stars. I think they do two. They do one for the road and one for track days. Right, do you want to come flying? Let's go. So look what we just found, this thing here, this metal construction, you can walk out on it and you're hanging over the edge of the cliff. Look at that, someone lives down there. Crazy. Right, let's get back on the bike. I need some fuel. Stan's got us lost. So we're just about to go through this little traditional Spanish village. I think the cats are used to seeing many motorbikes by the looks of it. Believe it or not, these roads are two-way. proper twisty and turnies these are. This is where the old right hand discipline comes into play. These are the sort of roads that are really entertaining when you're on a bike, but look, I can't speak for everyone or for any other bikers, but for me this is a type of road that I like to do at least 3 or 4 times at least, so that I know every bend, and the last thing you want to be doing on any of those bends is find yourself going in a little bit hot and ended up in a pile on the side of the road. Not a good idea. I remember me motorcycle riding instructor when I was a kid, really, told me that my motorcycling career and its safety was all down to the discipline in my right wrist, and I've never forgotten that. Now lads, no dirty minds, we're talking motorbikes here. Right guys, hope you enjoyed that. That was a very warm ride out yesterday. Thanks for watching, as always. God bless you all. I'll see you soon.